Good evening, folks. Welcome to Cooking with Dan Leslie. My name is Janet Rebisardi-Hoff. I'll be your host this evening on Dan's Show with Dan. Hey, Dan.
Hey, Janet.
How
Hey,
are
Greg.
you?
Good.
Good.
Well, that camera, Greg, it looks like a thimble. You went from Cecil B. DeMille to Johnny Handycam.
The new technology.
Right, here we go.
Things keep getting smaller and more compact, huh?
Yeah. That's what my wife's been telling me. What are we going to do today?
What are we going to do today? Well, let's start with the eggplant. That looks good.
Yeah, a little eggplant. I've already cooked the eggplant.
Okay.
I don't want to take up too much time. I've been getting a few complaints that we've been yakking a little too much on the show. They want a little more production.
Oh, no.
Yes,
We
a
can
few more
never yak
dishes.
too
I think we
much.
went out there the one time. I think we had a half a piece of pound cake, and that's all we showed everybody, right? But yeah, we'll get this eggplant in the oven. It's an hors d'oeuvre I make. You'll see a lot of these rolled eggplants a lot of times, with the little ricotta filling, and we made a Napoleon. We stacked it a little bit. So we'll give that a try, and we'll put it in the oven first because it takes a little while, I guess. But that's all we're going to do is stack a little eggplant up. I've got this ricotta filling, and you notice it's a little thicker. We have to be very, very careful with this.
Well, it looks good. Oh, it is thick.
Yeah, it's thick, but it's not. You got to be very careful with it. We take ricotta cheese, and I think we did it once on the show months ago or years ago or something. I'm losing track of time. It couldn't be the vodka, could it? We put it on a pan, because all of a sudden if I put fresh ricotta cheese on this, and made this Napoleon, put it in the oven, it'd be running all over the place,
Okay.
Then sometimes you see those cakey or cheesier type things, it's kind of glommy and stuff. We want to get it where it's kind of a tweener, where it's not going to run out of the eggplant. So you have to be very careful. We put some cream down as a base, and we whip the ricotta cheese around and tighten it up with some eggs. So we try to mimic the cooking time in the oven, so we'll see how it works.
Okay.
All right, I guess I'll put a little sauce on the bottom just so it doesn't, it's a marinara sauce thing, although I'm sure you can put something else on it. Doesn't matter that much. Oops. And I'm going to cut the eggplant up. I guess I'm going to have 4 slices of eggplant. Let me think.
You wanted to cut that a little thinner, didn't you?
Yeah, I can do that too.
A little less.
Yeah, it's just an hors d'oeuvre.
There you go.
There we go, like that. And we'll try another piece. Let's see if we can get everybody the same size.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take this little filling. I don't want to overdo it, Once again, it's an appetizer. Can I have a doggy bag with that? So we don't want to go crazy. So it's still creamy, it's happening. You got to be careful. You can't scorch this in a pan. Put that down a little bit. We're going to put a little more of this filling. I just like the way it shows up, Got a little cheese I'm going to garnish this with. I'm going to put a little sauce on the top. I don't want to go too saucy here. Just a tad. I can always add a little more later on.
There you go.
Oh, don't fall over.
That's good, though.
Yeah, it's nifty neat. All right, I'm going to shave a little of this cheese. All this is basic mozzarella pizza type cheese. I wouldn't use my mozzarella, the stuff I make here, just because on this dish here, this will melt and stay. This mozzarella, once you try to start cooking with it, it can get all over the place. So I like to use this type of cheese.
And that'll just, it's a little bit more solid, that'll stay.
Yeah, this will hang out longer.
Okay.
Now hopefully when we open the oven, this won't have tipped over. I should have really pushed this down a little bit. Down, boy. So just a little garnish with the mozzarella. It's not a blanket, although we can request it. More cheese, please. I'll take that little piece of basil out of there. All right. So we'll chuck this in the oven.
Okay.
And hopefully we won't scorch it. All righty.
I'll have to remind you.
I know.
Uh-oh.
Sure you will.
The onus is on me.
All right. Now I would like to make a pasta dish. We haven't done a pasta in a while. And it's It's something that we've done it once or twice in the past. You can put some shrimp, some chicken, some steak, or whatever with it. It's an arrabbiata pasta, some hot pepper.
Ooh.
It's another tomato-based item. All right.
Okay, so beyond the peppers, what are we using?
It's gonna be a tomato sauce, hot tomato
Okay.
sauce. I'm gonna throw a little basil, a few basil leaves in there. That's optional depending on the house that's cooking it. Got two types of pepper. I like the way these work in with the texture and the, I could have mixed a couple green ones in there, but I like the reds, even though it is a red sauce. Take the reds, man. And you gotta break these down a little bit. I mean, I like them and all like this, but to me, if you can get these cherry peppers broken down a little bit, the heat seems to get a little more mellow. I just like the way it goes with the dish. All right, but you can see we got a little olive oil and those julienne hot red cherry peppers. I guess I might as well put the pasta into the agua. This is that nice light angel hair. This is good stuff.
Yeah, that's nice.
You gotta be very careful, as I've said before, to underdo the portions on this. It's a delicacy, in my opinion. And boy, I'll tell you what, this can mess up a dish. Too much angel hair can mess up a dish like you don't even know. Like you don't even know. All right, while that's cooking, we'll finish up the old sauce here. Like I said, it's gonna be a red sauce base, and we happen to have some red sauce here. Always overdo the sauce, underdo the pasta with the angel hair. Just want to make doubly sure. All right. But this is a dish. I mean, I don't want this with a whole course of food.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. I like this by itself.
Mm-hmm.
2.5 loaves of bread.
Homemade bread.
All right. I think we got this to temperature. I think we have enough sauce for a little half dish. That's all we're trying to make is a little half dish here, folks. Once again, we cooked this kind of wiry, kept the yellow in it. I think I'll take a few of these basil leaves here. I'll tear them up a little.
Right at the end, because those are delicate.
Right. Gonna whip them in. Stir them in there nice and nice. A little Christmas color. This is a little Christmas dish. A little half plate of this. I'll go a little Parmesan. Little Johnny Parma in there.
Sure.
You can always add a little more on the top. You know, you can do whatever you want with this. If you want a little white wine in there, I bet that'd be a nice tang if I.
Oh, a little bit of white wine?
Yeah, that might have
Sounds
worked.
good.
But
Yeah.
you know, we got a lot going on here, and I'm trying to make the olive oil, the tomato, and the peppers with a little basil kick. I mean, that's enough action in one pan, I think, right? Yep, this is almost too much. Like I said, I put very little in, and once again, I managed to. I mean, it doesn't look like much,
No,
but
it doesn't.
believe me, it's, you know, I feel like, you know, you want to be feeling like you're shortchanging with this particular pasta because, see how when you just grab it, it starts fluffing up a little bit. Get that bad boy out of there. So, let's finish it, and then we'll take a little double check on the eggplant.
Oh, I was just going to say that. Let's not forget the eggplant.
Put that on there like that.
Oh, that sauce looks just heavenly.
I mean, there is some real smoke
that
in this
is
pan,
nice.
too. All right, I got a little garnish. Just to cool it off a tad, have a little ricotta cheese here. A little dollop of that in the center. And I got a little basil leaf. I'll put that on a side saddle. There we have a little angel hair arrabbiata.
And now we were talking about eggplant. I did not forget to remind you.
That's right. Let's go
Okay,
check it out.
let's see what
yeah?
happens.
All right. All right.
How does it look?
It didn't fall over too badly.
Good. No, it looks good.
All right, you can see where that that ricotta cream I talked about.
Oh,
If that was
right.
plain ricotta cheese, I mean, that'd be all over the plate by now, you know?
Wow.
So, we'll plate this up and garnish it. Also serve this for a main course if somebody was in the mood. Looks like it's going to fall over any second.
Oh, I love eggplant.
Yeah, this is a nice dish.
Oh, yeah.
Creamy and dreamy.
Mmm.
Get over here. Like I said, I want red sauce with it, but you know, not a crazy amount. It can really take the dish over. You know, we want the eggplant to do a little talking. Put a little garnish on that. I guess I have some parsley here. Boy, we're halfway through the show, and this is the first time I'm using parsley. Amazing, huh? Amazing. And we got a little one here, maybe a garnish. I'll put that in the center, a little Christmas tree. And there we have our eggplant Napoleon.
Now you're doing soups. We haven't done that.
I know.
We haven't done that, actually.
I'm not going to make it from scratch, that's for doggone sure. We'll be here all day. All right, so I'm going to try to make both of these soups. I'll do them at the same time so we can get to this red snapper dish.
Great.
I wanted to talk about that a little bit, and I won't talk too much.
These are so good for the winter months, too. I mean,
Right,
the
it's getting a little
spinach
chilly
soup,
out
the
there. And,
chicken.
right. So we'll put that in there. We'll bring it to a boil. And I guess on this cream soup that I have here, I'll put it in a pan like that. See, we made a little cream of asparagus here. We strain everything out of it real nicely. You know, it's not a chunky soup, that kind of thing. You can be if you want, but that's not the way I like to do it. And we'll make that at the same time. And we've got some of that wilted spinach that I'm always yakking about in here, right? I'm going to take some of that, chop it up a little bit. Kind of rolled it up and called it a chiffonade. I don't want to go crazy with it. I guess I could put a little more than this, but once again, this spinach, it didn't touch, what the heck, just put it all in. What am I doing here, right? It didn't touch water. We only steamed it to get it to this point, so it's still kind of leafy, you know. So this is going to be an egg drop soup, hopefully with no shells.
And you're just going to whisk that.
I'm going to whisk this around with the fork.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to add a little of this spinach in here.
Right to the pot.
I think we have enough.
Dan's kitchen.
Get rid of that there.
Ooh.
Then I'm going to put this egg in here. Hopefully it'll cook enough, even though I have it off the burner. So I don't want to go too crazy whisking it around. I want to see some of the egg pieces there, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of whisked in gently. I guess I'll put it on for another second or two. I just don't want to butcher it, you know, I just don't want to just beat the heck out of it in the bowl. The spinach is ready to eat. The egg's ready to go in 3 seconds. It's going to cook very rapidly, you know. All right, we've got our little egg drop soup coming here. Whoops. I knew I had too much spinach from the get-go. I got my little Twinkie doily here. So it doesn't slide around too badly. And once again, you know, you can garnish this with a little that Parma Reggiano, king of cheeses. And you can put a little peppermill on there, but there it is, a little spinach and egg drop soup. And I think that's going to be hot enough. You see it's kind of like molten lava in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a good soup, but you have to like asparagus. That's important. If you don't like asparagus, we got a problema. All right. So what can we do for a little garnish here? just happen to have a few of our homemade croutons. Maybe we could put a few of those in the center. Like so.
Okie dokie.
Maybe we could put a little of that paprika garnish on here. I think that'd work pretty nicely with the,
What an artiste.
and then we'll, maybe just a smidgy parsley, green to green. Like that, okay? And that's it. We have a little cream of asparagus. Stick to your innards. All right, we're going to make a dish here with the snapper. Normally I like to use a thicker fish fillet for this particular application, the one that we managed to pirate from a wonderful restaurant out in Stanhope, and hopefully we'll do it justice while they're watching. It's going to have a little potato crust to it. I peeled a little Idaho spud here.
Okay.
And I'm going to make a sauce that's got a little white wine, shallot, Dijon, some chives in it. So I'm going to get some oil in the pan here. And this sauce, we've gone over this a few times on the show. It's this Vin Blanc that we, oh geez, I shouldn't have put that in first. I realized I wanted to add something to this. All right, I'll keep it over here. And I'll grab another pan. And I'll get it started with some shallot and white wine first. Then we'll add that Vin Blanc in a little while. So I'm going to add a little shallot to the pan.
That'll give a nice sweet taste.
Add a little vino.
Now, is this wine going to interfere with all that vodka you've been drinking?
Probably. Doesn't take much to kick me over the edge, right? All right, now hopefully I'm not going to mess up this potato crust. I'll add this Dijon. I have some whole grain Dijon here in that little squirt bottle, and we'll just marry these ingredients up for a second or two. I'm going to take my little shaver and run the potato on there. I love the crust these potatoes make. It's really neat.
So these are basically just slivered potato.
Right, right, very thin.
Yeah.
I think it goes a little better with the thicker fish fillet. I had some striped bass last week, and I'm telling you, it was mucho delicioso. But it's thicker, and this way I can sear it and put it in the oven. I should probably have done this one in that brown butter routine that I do. But, all right, I guess I can add this Vin Blanc back to the pan. I could have gotten some green peppercorns into this. You got it, you got it. All right, Janet's helping me out here.
Yeah.
Take that oil off for a second. Got the ingredients married up pretty nicely. You can hold on to that. I'll add a little more of this sauce. I probably don't need it. And you know, the sauce is hot enough. I think I'll just turn this off, put a lid on it, and then we're going to finish it with a few ingredients. So now we'll focus on cooking. Let's see, I should have a longer stroke with this because you want to, you know, get it a little longer than that. I'm going to have to go to the drawing board on that. I'm going to add a little, dredge this fish fillet in some flour. First, I'll season it.
Oh, season it first.
Right.
Okay.
You know, the potato's a little bland. I'd rather do it this way than season the flour. I don't like seasoning the flour.
I was going to ask you. Sometimes you see that as
I
well.
know.
So you get more of a flavor by seasoning the fish
Nah, I'm
first.
just afraid to season the flour because of the, I'm too afraid it's going to be too seasoned. Let's see if I can't make the potato stick to this little adventure I'm making here. Okay. There's some over here. We have some more over here. And like I said, this works a little better with a thicker fillet that we can put in the oven, you know, that kind of thing. All right. Here we go. All right, we'll get this back on the oil. Once again, we're going to put it skin side down.
Well, that's neat. Very unexpected. You know, rather than breadcrumbs or something else like that.
Right.
That's really kind of neat.
I think it's neat. Very good. Very good. So we'll see how it comes up. Keep an eye on that there, Janet.
Okie dokie.
All right, we're just going to cook that up. I think we're going to do something with our sauce here. I'll probably end up straining that on. I've got that whole grain Dijon. I mean, you don't want to dominate the dish, but I think that'd be about enough. I got some chives. I've got Richard Pryor on the video.
Oh,
Real wit, aren't I?
I'll tell you.
And then I'll switch this around. Let's see how it's coming. Ooh, G-Man.
Beautiful. Really nice, Dan.
Yeah, it's a good dish. All right. So like I said, we want an accent with that mustard. We got the white wine, the shallot, that vin blanc that I told you takes us a couple days to make. Start with the non-fatty fish bones, gelatin, reduce it. 2-day process for this sauce. It's a really luxurious light cream sauce. All right.
Okay, I think we're ready.
I think we're ready too.
Oh, looks good.
All right, you put this piece of filet down on the board. Get rid of the Earl. Let that rest for a second or two. I guess I can grab a plate to put the food on.
You know, it almost has a nutty kind of aroma to it, doesn't it?
Who's going to eat this, you or Greg?
Oh, that's mine.
That's yours?
Oh, I'm claiming it.
We've got the claim.
I called first.
The claimer is in. Debating whether to put this on the sauce. I'll put it on top. I'll put it on top. All right. I guess I'll put our fish fillet down. Ooh, that looks good, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We got a little, how do I do this? I'll try a little under. Like that. Maybe a little mustache, like that. And I think we've got enough sauce, wouldn't you say?
I would think.
Alrighty. I'll try a few of these chives on here. I think scallion would be a little glommy for this, but I think it works. Maybe I'll save a couple of these shoots. I'll do one of those Mario Emerald things where you take a bouquet of flowers and jam it in the middle. I happen to have a few asparagus here.
Oh,
I'll set those there.
Very nice.
I got a little of that fried lice that we've been messing around with
fried
here.
Rice that we did last
No,
time?
actually it's not fried rice, but you got the picture, right? Maybe we could lay a couple of these garnishes over the top, just for a little color. I think it's barking for that that little red touch. We'll give that there. I could go around the outside here. We'll do it. I haven't done it in a while. Just when Greg's running out of time here, I'm messing around with Garnish Central. And then we'll put some parsley in between. I mean, I don't think the dish can get any busier than this. This is called overdoing it, folks.
No, it's a beautiful
This is called
dish.
There we have a little red snapper potato crust. I should call it a la Black Forest, but we won't.
thanks, folks, for joining us in the dining room. Dan, we made a lot of stuff today, didn't we?
Don't remind me.
Wow.
Can't believe it. I'm not taking any more complaints. That's it. Yeah, we did that wonderful potato crusted red snapper,
Oh,
the ricey
beautiful.
asparagus. The main thing is that little Dijon shallot, white wine, and what do you call that stuff? Scallion, not scallion, chive.
Oh, the chives. The chives.
Did our 2 soups, our cream of asparagus and our brothy stracciatella fiorentina, that spinach and egg drop soup.
Great for winter's days.
Did our little eggplant Napoleon, another stick-to-your-ribs type of dish, and then finally another stick-to-your-ribs type of dish, I guess, that angel hair arrabbiata.
Well, thanks, folks, again for joining us this evening. Hope your holidays are healthy and happy, and we'll see you again next week.